Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Okay, you guys, before we get started with the video, I just wanted to talk about Nonstop November. I know everybody has been asking me if I'm going to do it, and I hadn't said definitively if I was or wasn't because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. I have a lot of things on my plate in November. One being that one of my co-workers is out on an emergency leave, and I have been the one assigned to pick up some of her duties, okay, which is going to cut into a lot of my time. And I'm not going to be able to be, get into these videos like I want. I don't want to be committed to having to do the videos. You know, when I say I'm going to do something, I plan to do it. So, when I like backtrack on shit that I say I'm gonna do, it bothers me. Like even right now, it bothers me that I had said that I probably was gonna do Nonstop November, but I ain't, I know that I'm just gonna be trying to do too much and it's gonna make me real miserable. Okay, and the bitch ain't trying to be miserable. Not only that, but I hate doing videos on the weekends. You guys just really don't know how it just ties you to something that, on the weekends I'm busy. Like I'm out, I might be gone all day, and if I know I gotta do a video and get back to it, it just like throws everything off. So yeah, you guys, I don't think Nonstop November is gonna happen this year. But what I will do is, I will add Roxicology back for the month of November. So I will do a video probably pretty much every day, Monday through Friday, since Real Housewives of Atlanta is about to return. So, you'll sort of get a Nonstop November, okay, sans the weekend. So yeah, Roxicology, it'll be back. You guys can start sending your letters to the email address that's on here. It's forwardsrocks@gmail.com, and you guys just make sure that you label it Roxicology, and then look, don't be sending me these long letters. That's the only thing that's going to get your letter not read. It needs to be short. It needs to be like a 30-second read. So when you guys write it out and then you read it to yourself out loud, whatever you got to do, if it's longer than 30 seconds, it's probably not going to make it. I'm not even going to read it. I can't do these long letters and then have to talk on it. It just makes everything too lengthy. So yeah, Roxicology is back. We would like, preferably try to get your shit all in one, succinct paragraph. I know it's hard to not get the whole story, but yeah, you guys gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, Roxicology, we'll put it back on for the month of November. And I'm sorry about that, you guys, but yeah, I know that I can't tie myself to something if I'm not gonna be able to actually do it. So that's it. All right. So let's get to the gossip. You know what, actually it's not gossip. First, we got to talk about the Spring Valley High School. You guys know I don't like to talk about serious subjects, but certain things we just got to talk about, and this is definitely one of them. So if you guys have seen the video of the 15-year-old girl who was in a math class, she evidently was on her cell phone. The teacher asked her to take her cell phone, to put her cell phone away, or the teacher asked to take the cell phone. She wouldn't give it to him. She wouldn't put it away. And the teacher called the administrator in. The administrator also brought in Ben Fields. He is the school resource officer. He's also a county sheriff. After he told her to get up, she wouldn't do it, and he proceeded to pretty much yank her out of her seat, fling her across the room, kind of body slam her, and handcuff her. Toppled over the desk. It was just I don't know. I mean, the whole thing was so strange to watch. I've since seen other videos of different vantage points of the room, but the very first video that leaked, all the students were just kind of just sitting there looking, and I thought that was so strange. Like, I couldn't figure out if it was because they were used to this kind of shit happening, if they were afraid, if they were tired of the girl cutting up in class and they was glad it was happening. I mean, I couldn't figure out what it was, but I was just like, why are these kids just sitting there? Okay, even the adults were just sitting there. And granted, the girl wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing. That is not anything that I am arguing against. If she hadn't had her cell phone, or she had put her cell phone away, we probably wouldn't have got to this point. However, we have to look at the way that we have people in charge disciplining our children. I think that most of us will agree that what this officer did was excessive. It was very violent. It was brutal. He was obviously the aggressor. He was the one who was the strongest. He was the biggest. He was all of these things. And the girl didn't put up any fight. And even if she did, she wasn't going to win that fight. you know, but it was just like, it was terrible that that video surfaced, and everybody has kind of weighed in on it since. So, you know, I get so tired of talking about these kind of things, you guys. I am so tired of talking about racism and all of this. South Carolina has had so many issues in the past. I mean, it's just like, get it to fucking together, South Carolina. What is going on out there? Y'all shooting up churches, shooting people running down the street, and now we got this man flinging this girl around. So Ben Fields has since been fired. The sheriff, what was the sheriff's name? Leon, I wrote it down. I mean, I typed it in my phone. What is his name? Leon. Oh, I can't think. I can't find his name. But anyway, he did say that he fired the officer. But to me, his statement seemed like he was firing him because more out of he had to do it, and not necessarily he felt that the officer was wrong. As a matter of fact, he felt like the officer was warranted in what he did, because he said that the student was being very disruptive and disrespectful. So it sounds like it's a political move there. Like, you know, this sheriff, obviously in Richland County in South Carolina, does not need the extra heat of all of America coming down on him. What is in discussion right now is racism in this school. You know, by a lot of accounts, they said this school was kind of like the model citizen school, that it's pretty much split. Well, it's actually more blacks than whites in the school, but that their administration, that the teachers there, that the parent participation was all very integrated. Everybody seemed to get along pretty well. They hadn't had any problems in this particular school that they would deem out of the ordinary. However, in this district, they had just created a task force just last year to investigate different cases of the schools feeling like blacks were being disproportionately disciplined when it compares to white children and when they act out in class. Okay, so they do have a task force. If a task force was needed to be created, definitely it means that there's a problem somewhere in that district, even if it's not necessarily that school. Then we also have to say that Ben Fields has had issues in the problem. He had 2 federal cases against him in this same vein of excessive force. One case he was ruled in favor of, so he won that case. Another one is pending. But this Ben Fields guy has had some issue in the past. But then I'll also say that when they talk to students in the school, a lot of students like him, black and white. They say that he's an assistant coach. The football players, there's black football players, white football players, they all said that he is definitely an authoritative person, but that he usually has the students' best interests at heart. Others say that he targets people that he deems as gang members or gangsters or gang affiliated, and that those are the type of people that he harasses or doesn't have much patience with. Now, when we look at the video of this girl, I don't know much about the girl. I mean, I've heard different things about she's a foster child. Okay, she has some problems in the foster home and all of that. But just seems like he might be one of those type of people that there's just a certain group of people that he doesn't have, he just don't see it for. The question arises is, if this was a white student, would he have done that to them? He seems like he is definitely, I mean, you know how you have some officers who are very ego driven, and they are all very cool until you go against them, because they are they're the police and you're supposed to listen to them. Okay, the minute that you don't, then there's a problem. So I'm not really sure what to make of this man. If it was a white student, I would probably feel like they wouldn't treat this white student the same way. Like I said, the task force lets you know that they've already said that it doesn't happen the same way for white children that it does with black children. But it's just a shame that people don't realize that there's ways to handle children. I mean, when we send our children to school, kids are gonna be kids, okay? It's badass kids, it's really good kids. My kids are good kids in school, okay? But my daughter has a mouth. And I would hope that these teachers are trained. I'm not trying to say that anybody should raise my child. I'm not saying anybody should be the one to discipline my child and make sure that my child is in line. That is definitely my job. But these kids gonna sometimes do what the fuck they want to do. So if Jada is in class, and I use Jada because Joe doesn't normally do anything, Jada definitely has it in her to speak out. If a teacher is having a problem with my daughter, I want them to call me and then I will handle it. You guys can discipline her in the fact that you can tell her to go out the room, go to the principal's office, whatever that is, and we can handle it from there. I mean, my child is not going to act out like that. She's not going to, you know, not do what a police tells her to do. But, you know, I'm just saying that I don't want to have to think that there might be somebody that would just fling my child around like a goddamn rag doll. I mean, if that happened to my daughter, she would have broken something. She is this big, okay? He would have broken something. He could have killed that girl. It just takes one, you know, bad fall, one bad hit, one bad break for something bad to happen. So it's just unfortunate that people aren't seeing what the true issue is here, is that we have people in place in powerful positions who are taking advantage of our children, and the fact that they don't have power, that they don't have, I mean, just imagine if that wasn't, you know, if we didn't see that stuff on video. I'm just all over the place with it. It's just terrible. It's just terrible that they treated that girl that way without any reason. What is the word? I want to say proclamation. That ain't the damn word. Without inciting any type of violence. I mean, if she would have jumped at him, if she would have swung at him, if she would have hit him, if she would have spit at him or bit on him or whatever that could have been, then it may have been different. But, you know, the girl she didn't do anything other than not putting away her cell phone. You know, it's just... And people are going to have their feelings about it. I know it's all this shit about Raven-Symoné. I'm not talking about what Raven-Symoné said. I'm not talking about Don Lemon. I don't feel like talking about that, because the only main issue is that we got this man in power who is taking advantage of the children, mainly black children at this point. You know, but you know, you guys just tell me, what do you think about it? If you agree with me and say that it's terrible that this man treated this child this way, if you agree that the child should have known that she had it coming because she wasn't doing what the teacher said, you guys just leave your comments about it below. So you guys, the big talk is about NeNe Leakes. The fact that she is returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta season 8. I want you guys to go back into, let's see, my top of the blogs 139, and you guys watch the very first segment of that video where I said I didn't believe that she was leaving the show. I also said that a lot of times things happen, that shit changes all throughout the summer, that you don't never really know what the cast is going to be until a couple of weeks before the show comes on. Okay, I said all of that. I don't know if I said that in that video, but I've definitely told you guys that. But I did say in the video that I don't know if I believe that she was truly gone. Okay, and I was like, we just gonna have to see what happens, and then look what the fuck happens. Okay, now they saying, oh, surprise, NeNe is back. She's not a Real Housewife of Atlanta, meaning she doesn't have her peach. However, whenever NeNe is on the show, she's still a fucking housewife, even if you guys don't put her in the damn beginning promos with the damn peach. Okay, she's always gonna be a housewife to us. So yeah, now they're saying that she's making a surprise visit when the girl's going on a trip to Jamaica. It's unannounced. Okay, she shows up and then she's going to be on an undisclosed number of shows after that. So yeah, you guys, NeNe done pulled the okie doke on a motherfucker again. It's just so funny how you know, everybody's been rolling on and on about the fact that NeNe's gone now and all of that, and I was just like, I still want to wait and see what happens here. Okay, NeNe was a cash cow for that show, and for them to just let her go like that, I was just like, they had this shit planned the whole time. They just wanted to surprise everybody. Now they're saying that the rumor is that nobody's storyline is really, you know, meaty enough. It's not enough drama, so that's why they just finally decided to bring NeNe back in this capacity. Not only NeNe is supposed to be coming back, but also Sheree Whitfield's ex-husband Bob. I was just like, oh, we got to see this. Oh God. I just say that, but child, and my eyes and everything. Look, my friend told me, you just look at somebody's nose when their eyes be going all over the fucking place, and that way you can just concentrate on what they say. So I guess they're gonna rehash some shit with Bob and Sheree and, you know, maybe her and the kids. I don't know. But yeah, NeNe is back. For all you bitches that didn't want her to be back, she will be back definitely in season 8. I guess maybe the latter part of season 8, considering that they've been recording for some time now. yeah, you guys tell me what you think about it. Are you looking forward to seeing NeNe? I definitely am. I was fine with her being gone, but I like when NeNe is around. She definitely lends the drama. So NeNe is working her ass off. I know that much. Yeah, she's been on Fashion Police sporadically. She finally let us know that she's going to be playing Mama Morton in Chicago on Broadway out in New York for a run of time. And then she's also, you know, in this game show with Betty White. So, you know, nobody can say that NeNe ain't got shit to do, because NeNe definitely is busy. She just added one more thing to her plate without the having to be dedicated to a show, still being able to do what she want to do because she's not a housewife. Okay, I mean, but she played this so well, and bravo, they did it for her because they love NeNe. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, but I will say that, and I don't say this too often, but I will say today that I told y'all so. Y'all ain't got too much to talk about. Halle Berry, or Halle Berry, is getting a divorce. Okay, she filed on Monday under the alias of Hal Maria. Then her husband filed on Tuesday. What's his name? Oliver Martinez? Yes. He filed on Tuesday, and then she went back and refiled on Wednesday under her, you know, her true name. And I guess, I don't really know what was the reason of all that. Maybe she was just trying to protect, you know, them, the family, you know, from everybody finding out about this divorce. But I guess once he did it, then she was like, let me go on and try to put my shit in. Evidently, there's an advantage to whoever files first. I don't know nothing about these divorce cases, but yeah, y'all, Halle Berry is getting a damn divorce. You guys, I done said it once. I've said it 100 times. The bitch is crazy. She's a beautiful woman. She's a talented woman, but I mean, all these folks, we can't just keep on ignoring the fact that she can't seem to make it work with no man. Like Terry McMillan said the other day, she need to give up on marriage. Marriage is not for everybody. Sometimes you just need to be by yourself, and after you done tried it 3 times and it ain't worked, then just hang it up. She has a kid with him. People are saying that she says that he has an explosive temper and that she's afraid of him. And you guys already know that they're going to probably use the evidence of when old Oliver, you know, beat old Gabriel Autry into a fucking 185 lump of ground turkey. He fucked him up, y'all. You remember the fight that broke out when Gabriel tried to go to the house and Oliver was like, God damn it, you ain't gonna be in my motherfucking house with this bullshit on Thanksgiving. You guys remember all that? Yeah, that nigga's eye was just like, what happened? like Eddie Murphy said. Anyway, you guys, they definitely are going to bring that up if they have to. They have that in their arsenal. So we'll see if the divorce gets messy. Right now, they're filing both for joint custody, but there's going to be issue about whether or not the kid is going to be in the United States or in you know, over in Europe from where Oliver is from. But yeah, they say that there's already a ironclad prenup, so, and neither one of them need money. They both have their own money, so they don't think that there'll be any issues with that. But as far as child support goes, it's going to be whoever has the most money will probably be the one that has to pay the other person child support. So I don't really know who has the most money, but I know fucking Halle Berry is paying somewhere around $30,000 a month to Gabriel Autry. Cause I know that bitch is like tapped out on that fucking child support. I'm hoping that, you know, she can get a little breaksy on that one. I'm not really familiar with him. I know he was James Bond at one time or something. But other than that, I don't really know much about his movies, how much is in his pockets, you know, how big a star he is or what. She need to just leave it alone, girl. Go on with your babies. Be single, be cute, go on and date, do whatever you gotta do. Just leave that marriage thing alone. Y'all, this mess with BlacChyna and Future, I don't know what to make of it. Something is telling me that it's all a publicity stunt. I feel like maybe we might be playing into their hands. You guys know that there's been all these rumblings of Future and BlacChyna, and maybe they might have a relationship, or maybe something is going on. We also found out that she was going to be in one of his videos, his upcoming video for some song that they're about to release. And then we started seeing her around town, you know, in different places with Future. They were making appearances together. She didn't show up for Amber Rose's Slut Walk, and instead we saw pictures and videos of her with Future. I think that was actually the weekend of the video shoot. And maybe she was already dedicated to it. They never explained why she didn't come to the Slut Walk. Amber Rose won't speak on it, and she hasn't spoken on it either. But yeah, every now and then you would see pictures and videos of her, and then everybody started thinking that maybe something was going on there. Well, on Saturday, I think it was, she posted a picture on Instagram of her hand like this, and it said Future across here. And you know, it had the little grease, it was shiny, so it looked like it was a fresh tattoo once you get your tattoo done. I saw that, I said, now what the fuck is wrong with her? She had then got everybody's panties in a fucking bunch. That Britney girl, one of Future's, I guess his last baby mama after, well, before Sierra, she posted it, you know, with this laughing face. I said, girl, I mean, that already lets us know that you bothered by this. If you wasn't bothered, that meant you would even acknowledge it. You ignore that shit. Okay, she kind of gets on her Instagram, was like, bitch, take this down. Like, what the fuck you care? But Britney still is running crazy behind Future. She still is concerned. She's the only baby mama that you hear about that still be, you know, dealing with his bullshit. But getting back to BlacChyna, I was just like, this girl can't be this crazy. She can't be this stupid. With Future's track record, look, I am all for giving people second chances. I might even sometimes give you third chance, but now we can't ignore that Future got some shit with him. You about to be the fifth one that everybody knows about? Like, no. Or is it six? How many fucking baby mamas are you guys? I'm telling you, it's that rapper dick, though. I told you guys a long time ago. I'm gonna remember which top of the blogs it was when Sierra and Future first got together, because I remember exactly what I had on. I had on this mint blazer. Okay, and I remember when I did the video, so I'm gonna find a number, I'm gonna put it on this screen. But you guys, I'm gonna tell you, ain't nothing like rapper dick. As a matter of fact, I think I also talked about, I think that was the same video that I talked about Halle Berry and Oliver and Gabriel getting to this fight. Y'all, I think that was, yeah, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it on here. Y'all go on back and check that video out too. Yeah, I was just like, she can't be this crazy. I know that Future is a good looking man, okay? And you guys, I don't have much attraction usually to men with dreadlocks. It's not my thing. But when you look at that face, honey, that face is right. He is a good looking man. The mouth and beautiful smile, his nose. I mean, he has very chiseled features. Just, oh. So I understand how you can kind of lose your train of thought. But the nigga sound like he might be a smooth talker. He kind of got that edge. He's a rapper, you know, all of that. Even Sierra said that he was so sweet, so charming. That was the reason that she fell for him anyway. So I can see how you have, but you gonna get a fucking tattoo? So, you know, I've been thinking about it. And I was like, I wonder if she really got a tattoo, or if she did that just to get everybody talking and get everybody excited, just like we all did. Last night, I guess this morning when I woke up on Instagram and I looked, I saw that Future had wrote BlacChyna on his hand and posted it like this, you know, as a joke. Something just tells me now, I'm wondering if that tattoo was even real. If it is real, I mean, I guess, you know, once the inevitable breakup happens, if they're even together, well, they're not together, because Future actually posted on his Twitter or his Instagram that he is still single, he's enjoying his life, okay, that he not feeding into rumors or anything like that, okay? So I mean, he definitely did not claim her as his woman, so that makes it even stupider. Like, girl, you done got with a nigga, the nigga won't even tell you that, you know, that's you, his woman, but you putting his name on. So then people say, well, you know, Future could mean so many things. I said, okay. I mean, I guess it could, and I guess that's what it would have to be if it was real, and you know, you guys wasn't together. You looking stupid with this nigga name on you, even though it's not really his name. And so that's how you can explain it away. You know, you could just say, you know, I was thinking about the future, or you know, the future is bright and all of this shit. But the most ironic thing about it is that it's not his name. That his name is actually Navid, I think, or what is it, something like that, and that the name Future is actually Sierra's baby's name. Okay, so bitch, you walking around with Sierra baby name on your hand, which is even crazier. So yeah, you guys, I'm starting to wonder if that damn tattoo is real. Does anybody know for a fact that that shit is real? Have you guys seen her hand and she's still walking around with the shit on there? Y'all let me know, because I just refuse to believe that a bitch could be this dumb. Y'all, Yousef Mack, the boxer, is that his name? Yeah, I think his name is Yousef Mack. Listen here, you guys. Oh. There is a porno that has either been leaked or somebody, you know, produced it, put it out, and it is of this boxer, Yousef Mack. He's not a known boxer. He's not a big name. However, we all know who the fuck Yousef Mack is today. Yousef says that this video definitely is of him, but he has a very good explanation that he was drugged, and that all of the shit that happened in that video is because he was acting out from the drugs. It's not something that he normally would do. He's had sex with over 100 women. All he do is touch women and fuck women, and that the only men that he ever touches is the ones in the ring when he hits them. And I said, you guys, have you seen the fucking video? Let me tell you something. I've seen my share of pornos, but I've never really watched gay porn. Not the men ones, like the women on women, for whatever reason, those don't bother me because I'm a woman and, you know, I'm just like, but the men on men gay porn, I can't, it is too much for me. I'm just keeping it real for you guys. So, I mean, y'all can make y'all porn just like everybody else. I just prefer not to see it. But I went on and watched the video because I was like, I got to see what they talking about in this, y'all, and I was like, oh my God. Y'all, this ain't somebody that was just kind of drunk and laying there and, you know, somebody was kind of fucking them. This is a full participation threesome, you know, dick sucking, ass fucking, a whole bunch of touching. And I mean, I was just like, oh my God. There's absolutely no way that you can explain this shit away, Yousef. I'm sorry. You was fucking and you was having a good damn time doing it. Don't try to pull this whole, what's the name? What's the other boxer's name? The Mexican one that got caught up with the girl, you know, cross-dressing, and she took all them pictures, and at first he denied it, and then some years later he said that it really was him and that he had a drug problem. So I guess Yousef then tried to take along that whole approach, that he wasn't really doing what he wanted to do, that he was on drugs. But nigga, this is a totally different affair here, because y'all was doing some fucking, oh my God. The video that I watched was only like a minute and a half long, but it just made me, I was just like, oh, y'all, you gay boys out there, I didn't know you did it like that. Child, I guess everybody's having a good time, but I was just like, child, I cannot. So yeah, you said we not gonna believe your story, bro. You need more people. You definitely are gay. You definitely enjoy gay sex. And if I was your damn fiance, because he's engaged to get married, if I was her, I would be very, very concerned about my husband to be being a down low. Okay, so yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys think about Yousef Mack's porno. Alright, you guys, and then lastly in quickies, we have Chrisette Michele. She is engaged to be married, okay? They said to longtime music exec Douglas Ellison. I said, who? Y'all, look, I know I wasn't imagining that she had that musician boyfriend on R&B Divas just last season, didn't she? Or just, I mean, it was just about a year ago. So I was just like, I mean, I was reading it, I was expecting it to be that other guy. What was his name, you guys? I don't remember it, but I'm sure if you guys watch R&B Divas, you know who I'm talking about, right? Now they're saying that she was with this guy, that they had broken up, I guess, for some short amount of time, and that after the death of Chink's Drugs, because evidently this guy was the manager for Chink's Drugs, and he was like a big time producer for him or something like that. And then after the stress of R&B Divas, okay, that they made their way back to each other. I said, I sure would like to know what happened between her and old boy that was on the damn show. Y'all, what was his name? But we ain't gonna be messy, y'all. We ain't gonna be messy. We just gonna say a special congratulations to the happy couple. They say that Drake and Serena are no longer together. They say that Serena has moved on to some white man and Drake has moved on to some big bootied stripper as usual. Did we really expect them to stay together? There's all this talk about Lyra Galore and whether or not she's with Rick Ross because she loves him or if she's with him before the money. Wendy Williams chimed in on the relationship, talked about her pretty bad, upset Lyra Galore's mama. Mama Galore gets on Instagram and posts this whole long diatribe about how Wendy Williams should be ashamed, that she also has a past, that her daughter has a bright future, that Wendy Williams shouldn't talk about people because she used to be a drug dealer. All of this, you guys. My whole thing is this. Yes, Mama Galore has the right to defend her child, but don't nobody know who Lyra Galore is, okay? We definitely don't know who no damn Mama Galore is. Wendy Williams has a national platform. Not only that, but Wendy Williams doesn't pay any attention to anybody who tries to read her like this. So it's a waste of time. Child, you out there spinning your wheels. Wendy is gonna move on with her life with her extremely successful television show, and if she wants to talk about Lyra Galore, she will do it again. I'm gonna need Mama Galore Florida, just leave it alone. I don't know why people keep doing these things to Wendy Williams, because she pays it so much dust. Okay, she don't think a damn about what anybody says about her. You got to love that about Wendy Williams. She is super unbothered. And then lastly, you guys, if anybody has any extra time and you want a good read, you guys should Google Zola the stripper and read the story. It's quite a fascinating tale of a stripper who goes on a road trip to Florida, and all of the trials and tribulations that she faces. It's very interesting. It's actually genius. Okay, this girl tweeted an entire story. It was almost like reading a book. You know, your tweets are only, what, 148 characters or something? Just imagine reading this long ass story where she just tweets an entire story. She tells us what happened to her on this trip. It's very, very interesting. It's very, very funny. It's very, very like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next? Okay, and I'm gonna wonder what happens with this story, if they do anything with it, because it definitely had all of the makings of a movie. That's all I'll say, you guys. So yeah, check it out, Zola the stripper. All right, you guys, we do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.